What's up, everybody? Still ironing out the kinks on my remote. Welcome to another episode of Chris the Connecticut Landlord. Today we're going to go over leverage and why I think you should use it. Alright, so let's jump right in. Say you haven't bought your first investment property, or you have two or three, and you got a pile of cash and you're wondering, gee, what should I do with this? Or you're heading toward retirement and you're saying, should I pay these buildings off? What should I do? All right, so today we're going to look at building A. All right? The price is $300,000. It's got 6 units. That's great. Now, let's look at the different methods of financing. Okay, because I don't care how many units it has. It could have one, it could have... These numbers and the percentages are still going to shake out the same way. So you're going to see that in a minute. It'll be clear. So, building A. It's got 6 units. It brings in $4,800 a month when it's fully rented. We're just going to use fully rented. I know most banks will only use 80%. They'll say it's 20% vacancy rate, but this is just an example that makes it very easy to see. And if you take 20% off the mortgage side or the non-mortgage side, it doesn't make a difference. Now, your down payment with your mortgage on your $300,000 building is going to be $75,000. Your leverage is going to be 75% or $225,000. So, your mortgage payment right now, we're going to use 3% on your money, okay? Interest rates are very low, $948 a month for this $300,000 building, okay? Certain figures don't go away. So you can buy a building outright, but you're still going to pay your taxes, your insurance, any miscellaneous repairs, maintenance, your water bill, okay? None of that goes anywhere, all right? So I'm not a big proponent of owning a building outright, as you can probably tell. Alright, so let's start with this column here. Your profit with your mortgage. Okay, we got $4,800 from all our tenants right on the first of the month. We took away $948. We sent that into the mortgage company. We paid our taxes of $500. Our insurance was $200. Our miscellaneous water and other repairs was $250. We were left with $29.02 every month. $29.02 every month on $75,000 is not bad. Okay? That's a monthly return of almost 4%, 3.9% every month on that $75,000. You're not going to find that in a bank. Okay? You will with the bank as a partner, but you're not going to find it just giving it to them. So, that shakes out to a 12-month return of 46%. It's a significant figure. All right, so you're going to take $34,824 and pay yourself back on the $75,000 that you wrote a check for at closing. That's pretty good. Okay, that's phenomenal. All right. Now, let's look at the same building, same numbers, without a mortgage. Okay? So, you can take in your $4,800. All right? You're going to still pay your tax man $500. You're still going to pay your insurance guy $200. You're going to pay that miscellaneous $250 to repair whatever it was, or pay your water bill, what have you. You're going to walk away with $38.50 every month. If you stop looking at this right here, at this line, you don't go any further, you think, well, I made $950 more every month. Why is that a bad thing? Here's why it's a bad thing. Okay? You took $300,000 out of the bank to do it. All right? You're only making 1.2% back every month. $38.50 is only 1.2% of your $300,000 you took out of the bank to buy the building, and you own it outright. Big deal. Okay? 15% per year is your return. Okay? use any leverage. You're taking $46,200 back on your $300,000. Now, this percentage is basically why I wanted to show you these numbers. 15%, 45, 46%. All right? This is what you want to look at on a rolling 12-month basis. You could do it every month. You just use a different 12-month span. Okay? And good friend of mine who's been a lot more successful than me, but has been willing to share a lot of things with me. Once told me, once this little cash on cash return, I don't care about the bank. They're my partner. They get paid every month. So beyond that, I don't care. Once this 46% starts to head toward this 15%, and let's say you're at about, he likes 25%, so that's what we're going to use today in our example. Okay. You can now realize that you have too much equity tied up in this building. Here you only have $75,000 worth of equity tied up in that building, 25%, right? Okay? So your return is 46% because you have so little equity. Any cash you make is worth that much more to you. Your 15% return, your $46,000 on $300 is not enough. So when you start doing these numbers and you look at your cash on cash return, when you're at about 25%, it's a great time to refi. Okay? Right? So when you're at a 15% yearly return on your money on this building, you have $300,000 worth of equity. In theory, the bank will give you 75 to 80% of that. The bank will give you. Okay? They'll say, we want to be your partner. We'll cut you a big check at closing for $225,000 here. Okay? $225,000. All right? We'll be your partner. You walk away with $225,000 on your refinance. Okay? And all you got to do is give them $1,000 a month back for it. But you're not giving it to them out of this money here. You're giving it to them out of your rent roll. It's always better to use someone else's money. All right. So you wanna look at this. These are realistic numbers. All right. Across the board. When you're teetering at that 25% or less, that's when you want to start talking to bankers about refinancing and taking a check. Okay? You taking a check for whatever they'll give you. All right? That works very simply. We'll go into the refi right now. So it's very simple. They come out, they evaluate the building a few years later. It's gone from $300,000 to, let's say, $350,000. Okay? I'm the banker today. You're the owner. All right? They just multiply that by whatever their threshold, whatever equity stake they want you to have in the property. Usually it's about 30% on a refinance, commercial refinance. Okay? So they'll give you 70% of this. So times 0.7 is, so let's just say you inherited this building, right? And a couple of years later you caught one of my videos and you're like, oh, look at this, I get to own a building and take a big check from the bank. $245,000, guys. There you go. You fill out your paperwork. You go through your process. At closing, you walk out of your attorney's office with a check for $245,000. Okay? Go do what you want with it. All right? And your rents are going to go ahead and pay that. So if you own this building outright and you refinanced it, what have you, all right, you can see your mortgage payment's not going to go up by very much, right? Because over here we mortgaged $225,000, right? All right. Here we took out a loan for $245,000, right? So $20,000, that'll jump $948 to maybe $1050. Big deal, okay? $1050, maybe $1,100, doable. You can swing that on a $4,800 rent roll, okay? Use a portion of that for improvements, so you can raise your rents even more, right? Put it back into your business. Use a portion of that for yourself, definitely, because you manage these buildings and you put up with everything and you deal with it. You got to pay yourself for it. All right. But this right here is what it's all about. It's all about. What do you take back out of it? All right. So if you have any questions, please post them in the comment section. I love questions. I love answering your questions. Thank you guys for all the positive feedback. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. Have a wonderful day, everybody.